The American nation consistently demonstrates remarkable resilience and unity in combating natural and man-made disasters. Currently, while Donald Trump advocates reversing global climate change efforts under the Paris Accord and reintroducing coal, gas, and oil as primary energy sources, the state of California is grappling with devastating wildfires. Amidst this crisis, first responders, including firefighters, police, National Guard members, and volunteers, have showcased unparalleled dedication, resilience, and commitment to saving lives, containing fires, and providing relief to victims.
As of January 12, 2025, the wildfires in California, particularly the Los Angeles area, have devastated over 35,000 acres since they began on January 7, 2025. The fires have resulted in at least 16 lives, left 16 individuals missing, and destroyed more than 12,000 buildings, including homes and businesses. Nearly 180,000 residents have been evacuated, and the economic losses are estimated $150 billion, potentially making these fires the costliest natural disaster in U.S. history. The situation remains critical as strong Santa Ana winds and dry conditions continue to fuel the fire, complicating firefighting efforts and causing significant human, environmental, and economic losses.
The devastating wildfires in Southern California are a result of the complex interplay of factors, with climate change playing a significant role. Rising global temperatures have led to prolonged droughts and increased the frequency of extreme weather events, creating conditions favorable to wildfires. Specifically, the region has experienced climate whiplash characterized by rapid transitions between wet and dry periods. This pattern promotes the growth of vegetation during wet periods, which after drying out during droughts, providing ample fuel for fires. While natural factors like Santa Ana winds have historically influenced wildfire behavior in California, the intensification and increased frequency of these fires are closely linked to anthropogenic climate change and environmental harm.
While use of fossil fuel is considered the main culprit for climate change and the prime reason for devastating wildfires, the President-elect Donald Trump has declared the policy of fossil fuels as the primary energy source, marked by his rollback of environmental regulations and opposition to renewable energy solutions like wind and solar, which poses significant risk for accelerating climate change.
Trump's fossil fuel agenda was driven by a focus on economic growth, job creation, and energy independence. He aimed to support blue-collar workers in energy-rich states and rural communities whose livelihoods depended on coal and oil. His policies appealed to key constituencies while emphasizing reduced regulatory oversight to lower costs and accelerate energy projects. Additionally, Trump's skepticism toward climate change and the potential economic impacts of environmental policies reinforced his push for fossil fuel dominance. He framed energy exports as a geopolitical tool, promoting U.S. energy independence as a pillar of national security and global influence.
By increasing reliance on coal, oil, and natural gas, such policies would lead to higher greenhouse gas emissions, intensifying global warming and increasing extreme weather conditions. This approach undermines efforts to transition to cleaner energy alternatives that can mitigate environmental degradation. The resulting climate impacts, including prolonged droughts, heat waves, and erratic weather patterns, will create the perfect conditions for more frequent and severe wildfires, similar to those devastating California. These fires not only destroy ecosystems and homes, but also release massive amounts of carbon dioxide, creating a feedback loop that further accelerates climate change.
In the latest press conference, Mr. Trump mocked wind energy in the most hideous manner. Additionally, he criticized the life cycle of wind turbines, stating that after 10 years, the structures become obsolete, creating non-biodegradable waste that poses a long-term environmental hazard.
His administration withdrew the U.S. from the Paris Climate Agreement, arguing that it unfairly burdened the American economy. Key initiatives included repealing the Clean Power Plan, opening federal lands and offshore areas for fossil fuel extraction, and rolling back methane emission rules. Trump also streamlined permitting processes for energy projects, championed pipelines like Keystone XL and Dakota Access, and reduced funding and incentives for renewable energy programs. prioritizing traditional energy sources over clean alternatives.
The United States, long recognized as a global leader in shaping critical decisions on international platforms, appears to be retreating from its leadership role, particularly in addressing one of the most pressing challenges of our time, climate change. Donald Trump's environmental policies reflect a self-centered and short-sighted approach, prioritizing immediate economic gains while ignoring the long-term, devastating consequences for the American people, the United States, and the global community. These policies not only undermine global climate efforts but also risk encouraging other nations, particularly resource-constrained ones, to follow suit. Such actions could lead to a collective backslide into reliance on fossil fuels, accelerating environmental degradation and increase the severity and frequency of disasters like the ongoing California wildfires.
The implications of these policies are alarming. Increased reliance on fossil fuels contributes to rising global temperatures, which intensify the likelihood of wildfires, tsunamis, earthquakes, droughts, floods, glacier melting, and other extreme weather events. These disasters wreak havoc on human lives, habitats, and biodiversity, further destabilizing vulnerable ecosystems and exacerbating socioeconomic challenges. For instance, the California wildfires are a stark reminder of the destructive potential of climate action, costing billions in damages, displacing communities, and devastating natural habitats.